Welcome inside the Cougar Den. I'm Jerry Milani, and I am here with the new Sprint football head coach of the Caldwell Cougars, Jim Kelly. Welcome, Coach.
Jerry, nice to be here. Great to be here.
So, what about this program and this school attracted you to this position?
Well, the program itself, obviously, being in its second year, a challenge, the challenge to build, and create a culture that the school and the community can be proud of. But the school itself also is very embracing and collaborating to someone that wants to come in and do something special. I think they really understand that there's some resources here that could be put together that we can all work together and have a positive influence on the athletic department here.
That opening game last year was a lot of pomp and circumstance, and it was really a good time. What about this program? Now, you're second year. It's the second year of the program, as you mentioned, but you're in the first year. That's kind of an interesting situation. You've got a lot of kids back from last year. What have you liked so far from what you've seen?
You know, second year on the field, and obviously looking at film in the preseason and assessing, you know, I was really not overwhelmed, but really happy about the speed of some of the speed that we have on the outside. But more importantly, some of the incoming freshmen, some of the linemen, you know, they seem to be able to contribute right away, and I think that'll give us a solid foundation offensively. On the defensive end of the ball, I think our overall team speed, whether it be our down linemen, our linebackers, or our secondary, really seem to fly to the ball, and I think that's overall. I think those are the things that are really impressive right now.
One of the advantages I think that you have as a second-year coach, second-year program, is the continuity of the assistant coaches from last year. They know these guys. How much has that played a factor in the 18 days of practice you've had?
Oh, it's been a big factor. I really leaned on them early on in our meetings. We've talked about, you know, the depth, where we're lacking a little bit, where we're strong, and also from a philosophy standpoint, myself talking about my philosophy, we call it blind faith. In other words, they have faith what I'm trying to lay the groundwork for, and also I have faith in them as far as them giving me true assessment of what happened here in the past and where we can go in the future to get better.
Now, following up on that, the flip side is because the players who are here are not ones that you had recruited or you had selected, how much of that philosophy that you want to impart, how much is caught on, and how hard are the guys working to get there?
You know, they're working. They're definitely working. It's been a group effort, and I think they're trying to understand internalize my expectations. When they're starting to internalize that, what I mean by that is when I raise the bar, they seem to raise the bar with me. So I keep on pushing the bar, and hopefully, you know, by Saturday, game day, we're ready to push the bar to a higher level.
And just like regular football and sprint football, the quarterback position is is hugely important. Last year, 2 quarterbacks, one of which Ryan Mondo switched over to defense. This year, there's 5 guys taking snaps, and you know Vinny Testa's kind of taken the lead. But where do you see the quarterback position going for you?
Again, I said in our staff meetings, like if we could take the 5 and roll them into 1, they all have different attributes they bring to the game and big strengths. You know, whether it be throwing the ball, understanding the scheme. Some of them are better with running the ball. So, Vinny Testa has really stood out as far as true understanding of the position and what it means to be a leader. Also, besides understanding of the X and O part of it, but the other, the freshman and the returning sophomore Stephen Yost, they all bring something different to the game. So Vinny will be our starting quarterback, but you wouldn't be surprised to see some kind of packages for some of the other quarterbacks on the field.
I think Yost is indicative of a guy who will just do anything for this program. He came in last year kind of wanting to be a quarterback, but he played tight end, he played tackle, wherever, and now he's back at quarterback.
Well, he epitomized what college athletics is all about. He's a student athlete that, and his leadership is quiet, but he leads by example, and that's the type of young man you want in your program.
Who are some of the other guys that in the 18 days you've gotten to see them have really stood out for you on this team?
Well, I think going back to our outside speed, Carl Watson and Dockett, these are players that they're playmakers, okay, and also Quasier Daly with his breakaway speed, and incoming freshman Vincent Brigatti. These are people that can do something when you get the ball in their hands. We're looking for playmakers, and I think those are the things that really stood out. But also, coming in, we were very concerned about our line play, especially from last year, first year with the line. And we've talked in staff meetings where a lot of our linemen didn't even play the line last year. Some of the recruits this year have, so we're happy with some of the freshmen where they progressed, but we're not sure of their physicality yet once we get into a game situation where they can actually be when we hit the field.
And that first game situation is Cornell on Saturday. What are your thoughts about them and how this game might go?
Cornell is Obviously, they're a pedigree in this league. They've been around for a long time. They do things very well. They pay attention to detail. So our challenge to our players has been we have to pay attention to detail. Also, if the first adversary or the first thing that goes wrong, how do we react to that? In other words, we have to get back on track. I think Cornell is a good example of a program you want to emulate as far as what they do, as far as paying attention to each other, being disciplined, and that's what we're looking for, to play the game with emotion, but with the controlled emotion on Saturday.
And not just for Saturday, but what would you consider a success for this season? What are some things that need to happen for you to look at the end of the year and go, that was a successful season, we did these things?
Right. To the average fan or someone sitting out there, they might look at W's and L's, and obviously we have to have more W's than L's, but right now it's about laying the foundation, creating a culture for winning. In other words, once we do that, I think a lot of things will happen as far as us going out to recruiting student athletes to understand what our mission here is and what sprint football is all about here at Cornell University.
And in that recruiting, just your experience in this area of the country, this whole region here, how important is that going to be moving forward as we recruit more student athletes to Caldwell?
I think it's important to get the exposure of what the product is all about. We talk to our players about we are the product. So first of all, you have to do things right here at Cornell University. And myself as the head coach and the leader, I want to get out into whether it be Northern New Jersey, Central New Jersey, or Southern New Jersey. We have contacts that I've worked with throughout the years. Let them know what we're doing here, and this can be a special place, and I call it a diamond in the rough.
Coach Jim Kelly, this program is in good hands. We appreciate you taking some time today, and good luck this weekend.
Thanks very much, and go Cougars.
And thanks for watching Inside the Cougars Den. We'll catch you next time.